Hey guys, it's Drake. El Guapo. Get ready for another great adventure. So I wanted to go and discuss a little bit further in detail MSC cruises, and these aren't complaints, but these are ways that maybe MSC could make things just a little bit better for some of their cruises. This is part 2 of a video. I couldn't put all of it into one video, so please check below for the first one in the series. Thanks. Not only the Seashore, which I was on MSC Seashore. I was in the yacht club. Getting a little pricey. But they also have Seaside and the Seaview and the Vina and all these other boats. So again, these are suggestions. I'm not getting paid by MSC. Maybe they want to listen to me. I think they're pretty good ideas. Let's go. This goes in the convenience store, but it also goes to anybody traveling on the boat. It's very hot in the Caribbean, and it's all hot. And obviously you're losing a lot of electrolytes. It was very hard to find Gatorade or Powerade. So you might want to think about taking the little powdery ones and packing them up in your luggage. So that you can mix it with the water to get those back. And if MSC was going with my idea of the little convenience store, the vending machines, you might want to get Gatorade or Powerade. They aren't that bad. People like them. Get out. Oh, Monster too. You know, Monster is a pretty popular drink in the United States. It's not just Red Bull. And Monster has a lot of flavors. Monster time. Asian food section in the restaurants. You have so many people working from the Philippines, from Indonesia, and every time I went to the restaurant, it was a little bit difficult to find anything Asian. Asian cooking is really great. I know it's a little bit difficult as far as wok kind of stuff. I don't know about the whole entire setup in the back. I really rarely ever saw the back of the house, but having some Filipino, Thai, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean might very much enhance the menu. Ah, damn it. Salamat po. Shishe. Kamsahamnida. That's all good. The chairs around the ship and in a lot of the lounges are too low for tall people. I had to double cushion most of the chairs that I sat in. And so I would be lifted up a little bit higher. That also helped me get out of the chairs. A lot of people over 50 have hip, knee, leg, and back problems. MSC, you might want to think about raising the chairs a little bit so it's easier for us to get in and out of them. This also applies, the chair issue also applies to the bars. Sat in the bar chair and I basically got half of myself in the bar chair. It was too skinny and the back was uncomfortable. Went to another bar and the total bar chair doesn't have a back at all, and I'm sitting on stone. Really? Bars are inviting and you know, have people sit there. I understand the idea if people were in bathing suits sitting on stone, but boy, you know, that's like saying you have 2 inches of leg room on the airplane. Well, you have 2 inches, so you have leg room. Come on, man. At least, you know what the solution will be? If you needed to, they're already stoned. get some strap-on pillows if someone has that, you know, they don't want to sit there and be a little bit more comfortable. Pretty silly, cheap, easy idea, right? You know, you don't have to spend $1 million to fix a problem. Sometimes, you know, $22.84 will work very, very well. You don't say. If you're watching a band in the atrium, there's no real good seating for it. The atrium is this wonderful place, absolutely gorgeous. And it's really about four levels coming together, and it, without words, wow. But there are, in between the elevators of the atrium, there are these tiers or balconies where they have artists playing their music. I like personally watching artists at eye level. However, a lot of times that isn't the opportunity to sit down there and watch that. There are no chairs. You're just basically standing on a railing and looking over. Might want to change that. Although I don't know the rules. Might be just that, you know, some fire thing, you know, that they can't do that. I got it. I've never seen a baby pigeon. Again, these aren't complaints. These are just suggestions. You guys get paid the big bucks to figure this out. Figured you want to hear something authentic from somebody. Refreshing. I think the last big thing that someone needs to think about over there is when you get a big group of people together, especially in a place like a disco, you need to have a very good air system. If you look at discos before the pandemic in Vegas, they would drop down CO2, they would have cooling. Definitely the AC was turned up. And this needs to be done. I was walking in and just sitting, not dancing, and already perspiring, saying, oh my goodness, what's going on here? You definitely need to get that temperature down, especially when you have a bigger group of people who are all dancing. And that's a safety thing too. I shaved for this. Also having bottled water all available, which it was. I need a cold beer. I will say this, the waitstaff is on it. Perfect. But yes, definitely having some AC, air systems, fans, places for people to cool down in those venues. Let it go. Guys, what's really interesting is that I went on a cruise 2 years ago and met lovely people. One named Karen and her husband named Mike. Wonderful. And gave me a lot of suggestions as far as for cruising. I loved all of their input. And oddly enough, on my last cruise, lo and behold, who do I see? Karen and Mike. Couldn't believe it. Of all the cruise lines. And they were telling me they were on the cruise. This is their second week on the cruise. So they did a back-to-back. And Karen had mentioned that the people who were on the last cruise were a little bit more fun. Obviously, different characteristics with different people. And I was thinking about it. When you're cruising, you'll ask some people if it's your first cruise. You'll ask other people if this is your first cruise. A lot of people will say, no, this isn't our first cruise. This is our 40th or our 50th, or, you know, this is our 20th, but that's only on this line. And we've done 45 on other cruise lines. And you say to yourself, and as I did, which was, how can you go on so many cruises? And I think Karen hit the point really on the nail on the head, which was that each of these cruises is different in its own certain way, whether it's the people, the food, the weather, the whatever you have as far as for discussion. you're going to take something different away from it. One cruise 1 week earlier is more fun than the cruise the next week. But the third week, the entertainment was spectacular and it blows you out of the water. So you're always going to have these different experiences with it. So it's not just this one cruise kind of thing. And I think that goes to show too that if you didn't have that great of a time on your first cruise, maybe there were some things that you didn't think about or came out wrong, and you can change. Try a second cruise. See if some things go a little bit different. If you said, oh, I just don't like cruising, it's not for me. Get out. All in all, as far as these suggestions, I was on MSC for 2 weeks, and really this was the biggest issues of all was that the seats weren't built big enough. You know what? This happens to every company. It happened to New York City in the subway system when they first got train cars from Japan. Again, was built for different sized people. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. All in all, wonderful company, extremely spectacular staff, best vacations. I love you guys. I really don't have a lot of bad things to say at all. But like I said, those are just suggestions, and they're so easy. You know, if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. Who am I to say, right? It's you guys at corporate. Other than that, perfect. We love you, and I will tell everybody, and we will be going again. Hey guys, it's Drake. El Guapo. We need to get to over 1,000 subscribers. Please hit the subscribe button below. This is so easy. Sign up. Subscribing doesn't mean that you get spam or emails from me. You will get notifications when we do post new video. It's just this way of you showing your support and helping this channel grow. Please pass along links to this channel to all of your friends and family as well, and anybody who you know who's cruising. I'd love to see you and see your name. Thank you very much for the support. God bless. Have a great day.